What's up, Cryptosomniacs? What is happening? How's everybody doing today? Let me just make sure I am live over on Twitter as well. Great. All right. So looks like we got a couple of eyes over on Facebook. Give you guys a minute or two to let some people roll into the chat here for YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Nice little market bounce going on right now, so that's pretty exciting, isn't it? I know I'm certainly excited about it. There we go. Ryan, what's up? Life Size Box, hello, hello. Icon, hello, hello. Rafterman R, haven't seen you before. You must be new. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you guys jumping into the chat with me. If you have anybody else who is interested in crypto and not doing anything right now, Cryptosomniacs and chill is always a good option for what is it, 6:30 on a Thursday. What's happening, Mark Chavez? How are you, man? Welcome to the channel. And over on Twitter, Lane Ayez, and I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I hope so. Anyways, what's happening, guys? Checking over on Facebook. Looks like we've got 4 people watching. So yeah. Anyways, let's just jump into it, guys. Got a lot of ground to cover. Got to keep this one short and sweet. You know, as I've been saying, trying to keep these a little more succinct just in the bear market. A couple of quick updates. So I don't know if you guys have been going over to cryptosomniac.com. We have done some website updates. We're going to start uploading a bunch of our different reports historically that we've had, so this stuff will all be accessible now. We're not going to release all the reports. Obviously the brand new reports will still be exclusively for the Moon Lounge members, but a lot of the historic reports are going to be on here. So if you wanted to know our opinion on various different things, that will all start to be up there. And then we moved a few things around. So what used to be on the homepage is now on the exchange page. And if you go over to exchange and click that, this is what we're used to seeing from the homepage. Rafterman, usually driving during my shows. Awesome. Derek Cervantes, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. And Ivan Paredes, longtime watcher. Hope it stays low so I can buy as much as possible. I know, you know what, man? I was looking at the ETH charts today, and boy, if it was this time last year, everything was screaming buy to me. But I have an opinion on that, and we'll get into that momentarily here. So yeah, let's just look at the overall total cryptocurrencies on the market. 1944. I think we lost one from yesterday, but the market cap's up a little bit, still under 200 billion, just sitting around 195. But moving back in the direction I do like to see. 13 billion in volume still sucks for the day in my opinion, but I'd rather see 13 billion in volume with a market moving up than 20 billion in volume with a market moving down. What's happening, Pygmy 3256? Greetings to you as well. Welcome to the channel. 24 Polat Musical 1. Yeah, sorry, I probably am butchering all of you guys' names. Anyways, so yeah, Bitcoin dominance continues to be super high, 56.86%, edging towards 60%. And again, I just think that's largely due to a lot of people being afraid, capital flight from the ICOs, as ICOs continue to draw down in value as the bear market wears on. And the good news is that does lead me to believe that investors aren't fleeing the market in general. So people that are cryptocurrency supporters do seem to want to stay involved. They are not leaving the market entirely, but you know, until we see some more bullish direction, and what we need for that would be a larger capital influx. I think by and large, there's just no new money coming into the market. I think the people that are invested are believers and are staying here, you know, trying to hold strong. But I think a lot of people that are not long-term believers or do not truly buy into the cryptocurrency ethos have felt the squeeze for the last, what are we in, month 9 of the year. So anyway, Team GVT, says Colin Hub. Yeah, what's up with Team GVT? Butchering isn't as good as Pygmy. I don't know what that means, but anyway, yeah, Team GVT. Yeah, so let's talk about that, guys. GVT's mainnet is about to go live on the 30th of this month. You can actually sign up now on their platform. So if you go to GVT's site, you can sign up on it. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into the charts, because I did see GVT's been killing it yesterday and today. And I think this is just in advance of their mainnet. So it was up nearly 35% yesterday. It has since corrected back a little bit, but you know this is a pretty good support level historically, and I think there could be one more little push right before the mainnet launch. But I would be prepared to set a very tight stop loss on that, strictly because generally people will load up on this stuff in advance of a listing, and then you know the listing happens, it gets announced, and then they dump just. You know, trying to capitalize on their move. So let's just look at GVT and see what it looks like it's gonna do. All right, so moving into the 4 hour, we do see, excuse me, drinking kombucha on the stream again. Excuse me. Okay, we do see the price action has started to chill out a little bit. Obviously, several green candles in a row there, starting to look like 2017. What a feeling. But we do see that the buy pressure has started to drop off, and it did post a sell signal on the wave trend cross. So let's see if we can confirm that on these lower intervals or not. So volume has been tapering off, although it is staying fairly firm, you know, compared to during the last little pump that it had. But yeah, this is confirming. We see on the MACD, it's just, is that posting? Yep, just posted the bear cross on the 2 hour. Let's look at that on the 1 hour. And yeah, so it looks like that could be due for a little bit more pullback, unfortunately, but it could have another little run up. Here's what I would say. If I was looking to enter a trade on this right now, this is how I'd be looking to play it. I'd be looking to enter my buys anywhere between let's see, this is in USD value, so anywhere between about $8 and about $8.40, and I'd just be waiting to see if that bounce comes to it, because you know if Bitcoin decides to go down, which it could, it'll take all the alts with it. So the last little boost up might not make any difference if the whole market starts to take another dip. So in their Telegram, oh, you're their Telegram community manager. Awesome, Colin Hub. That's dope, man. Snay is obviously really tight with the CEO over there. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but Snay is obviously very tight with the CEO over there and is in touch with him a lot. So we are definitely fans of GVT. What a cool idea, right? It's a really good way for traders to put their money where their mouth is. If you think you're a good fund manager, you can set up a fund and be able to trade and put your money where your mouth is if you think you're a savvy trader and good enough to convince other people to get involved. So pretty interesting value prop that they have, market prop. So anyway, yeah, Colin, awesome. Thanks for watching, man. Glad to have you on the channel. Yeah, GVT is awesome. So anyway, like I said, I think it could pull back a little bit, but I'd be looking to if it does pump again, I'd be looking to ride it until about the $9.20 level, and then I would just ladder out of that trade on the way up towards 10 bucks, because it looks like that's really going to be the resistance right now. And that is definitely recent high. Is that all-time high? No, that can't be all-time high. Yeah, no, certainly not, but does have quite a bit of support at this level. So let's see if it can attain former glory, and that's how I'd be looking to play that one in the short term. But again, I would say keep an eye on that, because their mainnet does launch on the 30th, so we know that things do tend to draw back as events happen. So anyway, how high do you think Cardano could go in 2 years? I don't know. Cardano is going to need to come out with their mainnet before I want to make any predictions, because right now they're a great idea with a really cool CEO. And you know they're making moves, but there's all these companies that have raised all this money, and again, it does take time to develop things. It takes time to build an empire, right? So they've raised all this money, but I would like to see more accomplishments, right? I would just like to see things push along a little bit faster, because traditional businesses can get up and running faster. Again, the road has been paved for many of the traditional businesses, so these guys are whacking the bushes and trying to find their own way through, pave their own path. But I would just like to see the development happen a little bit faster. In the meantime, I still think Cardano is a solid project, and we'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I don't like to speculate 2 years out, because I just think that's crazy, right? I don't know what's going to happen next week. Anybody that tells you they do is full of shit. Pardon my French. But yeah, I just don't. I think people that are making like really long-term predictions, if they're not an actual economist, then I would take what they say with a grain of salt. That's how I would say that. All right. Anyway, let's see here. Nano been doing well. Please have a look. Will do. Yeah. Before we get into all the charting, guys, I just wanted to touch on a couple of interesting things I saw in the news today. So, amidst all of the recent downfall of Ethereum, a lot of people are attributing it to ICO sell-off, which I do think has a significant portion of it, but I don't think this was very good for Ethereum's price in the last couple of days. This article came out today, and again, it's accusations, but the tweets that were, or the messaging that was coming out from the CEO does kind of back it up. Again, this stuff could be easy to fake, but definitely something that could be concerned with. So Arthur Hayes apparently putting out, as you guys can see here, telling people, if you're a Bitcoin-based spectator, this is a perfect way to punt on ETH USD price. You can leverage ETH USD at 50 times for what is called their perpetual swap. You can only trade it against Ethereum, or I'm sorry, against Bitcoin. But the CEO thinks Ether is a shitcoin, and obviously he's calling the USD a shitcoin as well. But anyway, this is just bad looks. By Freddie M wants to know what Bitcoin is selling for right now. Bitcoin right now is selling for 640203 on Bitfinex. Sorry. Anyway, back to the article here. So this is just very interesting. If he thinks ETH is a shitcoin, you can go 50 times leverage and only pair it against Bitcoin. That doesn't give me a lot of confidence that they wouldn't not be playing nice. Again, purely allegations. I have no proof. This is just an interesting thing I saw. Definitely something I'm going to be looking into more. Number of different exchanges are often accused of inflating their liquidity, or rather inflating their volume. But this is the first time I've ever heard somebody flat out say that they're accusing somebody at at an exchange of actually manipulating market prices. So anyhow, something I thought you guys should know about, could be contributing to Ethereum's problem. And then also, this is another interesting one. So apparently the miners are starting to have some contentious discussions with the next upgrade, Constantinople, that's coming out. It's going to be reducing the mining value from 3 ETH to 2 ETH per block. And the concern is that Bitmain and other companies that are manufacturing ASIC miners are going to come in and overtake it and basically just make it not profitable to mine at all. So there is a number of people that are involved in the Ethereum Foundation that are trying to come up with a solution for it, and they have what is called a protocol called PROG, POW, I'm assuming that's Progressive Proof of Work, and saying the code is designed to maximize the characteristics of GPU hardware, using 80% of the overall graphics card towards computing the algorithm instead of 10 to 20%. So ultimately what that means is it should make it easier for non-massive mining operations. That means you and I, guys, if you're a miner, make it a little more competitive, or make them not as at a disadvantage. So definitely something that we will be watching as this progresses. They're saying they don't think it's going to get included in the Constantinople, but potentially could be, what was the next one? I think Istanbul is the next release. So they said potentially could be included in that. But we'll see what happens. I mean, Ethereum is going to end up going proof of stake anyway. And so it may be a moot point at some point in the near future. All right, let's see what else. All right, in my daily dose of pep talk, I just want to say, so guys, I've become an amateur economist since getting involved in crypto, but I did want to say Elaine's chief economist is giving some positive opinion, expressing some positive sentiment on it. So this is the quote here. What we're getting is a realization that adoption is not going to be as big or as quick as the proponents of crypto would like. I think it's going to be there. It's going to last for a long time. It's going to play a role in the ecosystem, but it's not going to be the currency that a lot of proponents would like it to be. So most of the other economists have been calling it a Ponzi scheme and saying it's poison, et cetera, et cetera. So it is nice to hear somebody with qualifications actually saying something positive around it. This guy thinks that it could find stability around the $5,000 range. We've been saying somewhere between 5,400 and 5,800 is what we think. So that is kind of in line with what we're saying. Makes me feel good about our theories. again, guys, not financial advice. Do your own research. We are not financial advisors, but we are pretty active traders and pretty savvy at technical analysis. So back to the TA while we're at it. Justin Janai. Hey, finally catch you on the live stream. Love your TA. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, man. I get a lot of people, I get a lot of comments, just people trying to jaw. A lot of people think TA is BS, and I will say it's not a crystal ball. It's not right every time, but it does give you a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. And if you become familiar with a lot of these chart patterns, it becomes really easy to see where the market is likely to go. Again, it's not a crystal ball. So anyway, all right. So what do we say? Take a look at Monero. Yeah, you bet I will look at Monero. I am literally mining Monero right now. This is my first endeavor into mining, so I am literally mining Monero right now as we speak. And that's just because this is one I support. So I'll say this, guys. I saw this yesterday, and this was looking like a falling wedge. It did dip a little bit harder yesterday. The chart was like this, right? And it did not do what we thought it was going to do. It bounced and has come right back up and is bouncing off the trend line. So unfortunately, I think Monero might have a little bit further downside to go. Also, guys, if this wick wasn't here, this would really start to look like a descending triangle to me, if we're excluding the wicks. But again, I like to include the wicks, which is why it's looking a little bit more, still looking a bit like, it's starting to look more like a bearish flag, unfortunately. It was looking like a falling wedge yesterday. Generally, when it's a flag, it's not as good. So I think there's some potential for it to break down, but let's check a look at these smaller intervals and just see. On the 2 hour, it looks like buy pressure is increasing. On the 1 hour, we've already posted the bull cross. Geez, what was this? That was yesterday, and it's just been kind of pumping ever since. So again, you know, here we go, guys. We see the wave trend cross right there. The RSI was way oversold. We saw it. This is not as heavy of a cup as I usually like to see, right? But that's still pretty bold right there. And all of those lined up and said buy. So there it is, guys. And again, it's always easier to see when it's already happened, right? It's always easier to see when it's already happened. But I think Monero might be due for a little bit of pullback. I don't know. Let's see. Let me take a look at these smaller intervals too. I don't know. Buy pressure is still looking good. It hasn't totally tapered off. Volume's not great. Volume is not great, but I would exercise caution. If I was going to enter a Monero trade, I'd be looking today. I'd be looking to enter it back closer to probably that 149 Satoshi, 149.9 Satoshi range, right around there somewhere. So I'd be looking to pick up there, seeing if it'll bounce. Just again, this makes me think it might break down a little bit just because it's a flag. All right. Jason, don't be fooled. Bitcoin or some other blockchain-based asset will be the world currency. Yeah, I agree, man. Hey, listen, man. This is literally what I do for a living. I am so bullish in the long term on cryptocurrency. I am 100% with you there. You know, I wouldn't be on this channel every day. I just talk about, again, my technical analysis is very much based in swing and day trading. So, you know, that's another reason I don't make really long-term predictions. Most of my trading history has been as a swing trader or a day trader. So, you know, that generally leads my skill set or my experience to being in smaller time frames. But that being said, you know, I don't mind trading in and out of an asset as it goes down. I'm still trying to have as much Bitcoin and as much Ethereum as well as the rest of my alt stack as possible, because I do think that they're going to go back. But I'm also interested in capital preservation, right? Because I've spent a lot of my hard-earned fiat to try to get into these things, and you know, I like to preserve that capital. I don't ever want my crypto holdings to go below the value of the US dollars that I've put into them, right? And so by and large, I've been pretty successful on that. I mean, it was really hard not to be good last year, to be honest, guys. This year has proven a little bit more challenging, but I have sharpened up my skills significantly, and I've just done a lot less trading this year. I don't trade board now. I only trade if I see a trade that I'm very confident is going to happen. So anyway, that is my opinion on Monero right now. Just don't let them put a chip in your finger when the time comes. Yeah, I hope not. I'm a little concerned about like FedCoin. I think I was talking about that a little bit yesterday. I know I talked about it on the streams recently, but Yeah, the being that they decide, oh, Social Security's bankrupt, so and we can't print any more dollars, so we'll just issue FedCoin or issue you these cryptocurrency, and this is what you get as your social safety net. Not a huge fan of the thought of that. I don't really want the government to be able to see everything that I do, and it's not because I don't have any. It's not because I have something to hide. It is more so because I just don't like people sticking their nose in my business when it doesn't belong. I'm not doing anything wrong, so what do you need to bother me for? It's the whole concept of like, you should let us have the authority just in case, doesn't really fly with me, because power is so often abused. Anyway, all right, waiting for BTC to pull back below 6K to accumulate more XMR. BTC pulls back, so do the alts, says Justin. Yeah, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. Let's see here. I got somebody over on Twitter. Have we reached rock bottom, or will crypto continue down? You know, guys, we've been saying in the Moon Lounge, we do think it has further room to move down. Does that mean I don't think it's going to recover anytime soon? Well, no. We've been debating in our community when we think the bull market might turn around, and you know, it's hard to say. Nobody's got a crystal ball, but we're hoping that Q4 is going to have some positive information, positive news, positive movement as we weather on into it, just because of the number of legitimate projects out there. So let's see here. Next question. How far down can BTC go? Huge drop since 20K. Well, I think I just answered that. And if you want to know more about how far we think it can go, join the Cryptosomniac Advantage. Go on over to cryptosomniac.com, click over here on the rocket, and you can join. You can get 14 days for free. And if you do want to upgrade within that 14 days, you are able to do so. Just reach out to us in the Moon Lounge. We can tell you how to do that. But yeah, if you want to know this kind of stuff, then come on over and join the Advantage. This is where we discuss all of our actual opinions. Again, guys, I can't give away all the good stuff on the streams, right? Anyway, all right, let's see. What else? ETC Summit live on YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, if anybody hopefully is not going to bail on my stream here to run over there. But let's see. A couple other things in the news that I wanted to show you guys that I thought were definitely interesting. And then I will take a look at Nano for you. So, oops, already got to that. And this was just an article I was reading about, you know, the crypto price crash has been similar to the .com, and this guy thinks not necessarily a bad thing. Effectively what he's talking about is, you know, guys, we knew it was unsustainable, right? There's no asset in the world that goes from $1,000 to $20,000 and stays there. You know, maybe if somebody was selling, I don't know what, Jesus's bones. I don't know. I have, you know, an original copy of the Torah, first printing. I don't know what other thing would be like. We're this. You can invest in this, and now it's going to hold this forever. I don't know of any other asset like that. So obviously that stuff is unsustainable. Anyway, what this is talking about is just that it has since pulled back pretty significantly since then. Yeah, it has pulled back pretty significantly since then, and you know, just he's talking about what I'm talking about. Ultimately, for this market to start moving in the positive direction, we're going to need a larger capital influx. This guy thinks that you know, if one of the ETFs get approved, that very likely we could see that come in. So again, just more positive opinions and more people reinforcing the opinions that are in the market. I saw a really good example of this recently. It was a soccer analogy, and I wish I could remember who I saw it from to give them credit, but they were just saying, like, the reason the whales are so able to manipulate these markets and push them up and down is just because there's not enough, there's just not enough players on the field, right? On a team of soccer balls, you know, 11, or soccer players, football, for those of you not in America, for you know, 11 players on either side, it makes it a lot easier to wear certain players out. But if each player has 22 players on the field, again, this is where the decentralization thing starts to become, the value of it starts to become apparent. Anyway, all right, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Nano. Let's have a peek there. User Nano. Whoops, that is Neo. There we go. Wow, Nano's on a nice little pump, isn't it? Just kind of following Monero. So it is getting way overbought according to the RSI. So this doesn't give me a ton of confidence that it's not going to correct soon. But again, let's look at the smaller intervals. Let's look at the smaller intervals. So on the 4-hour, looks like it's still moving in a positive direction. On the 2-hour, looks like the bears are coming into. I think it might have trouble getting over this level, is what that's looking like. I think this might be our resistance point right now. And let me do the extended line, and we'll go boom to here. And sure enough, and look, guys, I just want you to note here that if I can place my dang, there we go. So again, I just drew these from this candle to this candle, and look at that, just bounced right off it. So if it breaks through that, it could break out. Here's what I would say: if it breaks through this, you could look, I would look to enter a trade somewhere in the low 3,000 sat range, and consider buys up to the 3180 range, only if it passes that resistance, because otherwise I think it could pull back. But again, if you're a gambler, I can't tell you what to do with your money. That is certainly your prerogative. Yeah, but I do think that could pull back a little bit, and yeah, I'd be looking to enter a trade lower and then just super tight stop loss, right? So if I was entering my trade there at the 3,000, I'd be setting my stop at about 29.50, 29.40, something like that. All right. Justin, streaming on work time down under. Hey, man, I appreciate you joining us for the stream. And, yeah, hopefully watch on the playback. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, guys. Everybody who's watching now, if you are enjoying my content, please smash that thumbs up. That is what helps us get more eyes on it. So, guys, that's ultimately our biggest goal here, is just trying to grow the channel so that as we can pass good information to as many people as possible. And we do appreciate all of your help. Oh, look at that. Dylan Ander in the chat. What's happening, Dylan? For those of you guys who don't know, Dylan is a friend of mine, and he is awesome. We work together. He is a marketing guy that I know, and I get lots of great advice from him, and he's a super valuable ally to the Cryptosomniac community. So shout out to you, Dylan. Appreciate you, and thanks for watching, bud. All right, Sean Kaiser says, what do you think about ontology taking over as the new ETH? That's a good question. Wow, look at that. Wow. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, guys. Everything's bouncing, right? Everything is just bouncing. And it looks like on our wave trend cross, whoops, the wave trend cross is actually proven pretty accurate here. If you're looking at these smaller intervals, the places that it tells you to buy, it's generally pumped since. So what I would be looking at, what I would be concerned with, is that this might turn into, if it breaks down, I would be looking to see what it's going to do in this range, right? So between about 27.50 and where it's at right now at 27.97, I'd be looking to see what it does in this range, because this looks like it could be a really tight cup and handle. It might be more of a diamond bottom, but it could be a cup and handle. So that's what I'd be looking at right now. I do think ontology is a very solid project, and my personal opinion is that if I were to be going into an Asian blockchain, I think I would be going into ontology over Neo currently, but that is just me. All right, so what else? Look at Monero. And why has Doge? Yeah, I did. Jill and I looked at Monero already, so you're going to have to go back in the stream on that one. And I'll tell you the real reason that Doge has been the only token increasing in this last week. And that is because they have one of the most robust, resilient, dedicated communities in the crypto space. For a token that was started as a joke, there is a real strong community behind it. So I talk a lot of shit about Doge and just be like, why would you ever do this? Nobody's working on it, whatever. But the more the rest of the crypto market fluctuates and Doge just holds firm, the more I realize the real value of the community behind the token. So that's all I can say. I think as capital flight has gone elsewhere, maybe everybody decided to go into Doge. But yeah, I really think that their durability in price has been largely due to community support. no limit supply on Doge. Yeah, I mean, that's not something I'm a big fan of, is any coin with unlimited supply, unless there is a reason that there is an unlimited supply, like the fact that it is directly backed by an asset and more tokens are generated as more assets are acquired. That's I don't have a problem with a flexible number of coins, but yeah, I don't like anything with an unlimited supply of tokens. That's why I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the centralized payment processing tokens, which shall remain nameless. I'm going to avoid ranting today. All right, what else? Let's see. Snay's watching. What's up? Snay, thank you so much, bud. I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. Let's see, what else? Oh, now I just see that Dylan's been ranting in the chat for 20 minutes, and I just saw it. All right, what we need is for the top 50 cryptos to be weeded out of the 1900. This will force the money to flow into the ones that matter. How long till that happens? Boy, Aaron Levi, first of all, you are 100% correct. I think this is a huge problem, right? This is dilution. Let me go back to Cryptosomniac, and this is a huge problem, right? We've got 1,900 different currencies. Guys, if you go back and watch some of our streams from earlier this year, this number has exploded exponentially, even this year amidst the bear market. And ultimately, what does that lead to? Dilution, right? If there and I think part of that is because, obviously a lot of people get into this because fast money, right? They heard their friends made a bunch of money on Bitcoin or on Ethereum or on Litecoin, and like, I want my chance at that. Obvious. I mean, that totally makes sense. But it does weaken the market, right? As more things get diluted out, it makes it easier to manipulate the price of another blockchain. That there's as there is less involvement in each one, it makes it easier to manipulate the price or affect market movement on any coin. So I think Charles, I think Andreas Antonopoulos says it best that. Well, I've just completely gotten sidetracked because I read a comment. I hate when I do that. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, how long till I think that happens, I guess, is the real question there. Right, again, talking about the dilution. I think we're going to start seeing it soon, is what I honestly think, because a lot of these bullshit projects are going to start going to zero amidst the bear market, and everything's going to go back to Bitcoin, and then eventually it's just going to be exclusively the durable, resilient blockchains that have robust communities, have done exceptional marketing, have a real market use case, and have adoption. Basically, I preach this all the time. Adoption is the key to all of this going the direction that we want it to in this community. So we've got to get more people interested and have less people afraid of it. And for that, I think more money needs to come in. We need more regulation. I hate to say it because I don't like relying on the government for stuff, but the simple fact of the matter is, as the market stands currently, most investors are afraid of it. So, anyway, all right. Jesus Bone. What's up, Choxus? All right, let's see. What else? Want to grow channel. Have you considered regular, shorter 10-minute updates? Yeah, actually, that is something that we have been discussing. So that is something that I'm gonna start doing more of. As a matter of fact, while we're on the subject, I'm gonna be doing some live streaming, guys. I think I've talked about this a few days in a row. I am presenting on a panel at the Litecoin Summit this weekend. Yeah, I know, Ryan Jack, I know. But I'm presenting on a panel at the Litecoin Summit. In fact, if you're interested, if you're in San Francisco and interested in going, you can get 20% off your ticket. There is a discount link right at the top in the description below. So feel free to take advantage of that, guys. Would love to see more friendly faces in the audience. But anyway, the panel that I'm on is specifically about utilizing social media to further adoption. And since that is something that is near and dear to my heart, part of that is just going to be little quicker updates. So the reason that I'm saying this now is I plan to do some live streaming from the event. If all goes well, I might be able to stream my panel talk on the channel. And if not, then hopefully I can at least record it and I'll put it up after the fact. But I'll definitely be doing some live streaming. Hopefully can get some good interviews with CEOs and things while I am there. And there's a number of different influencers going to this, so looking to make some connections with other channels and start doing some cross-promoting as well. Yeah, so anyways, thanks. All right, guys. Yeah, Sam is the man. You know, I love that dude. I talk to him almost every day. I will tell you this, guys. You guys are fans of Sam? Stay tuned this weekend. Stay tuned this weekend. But yeah, we miss Sam. He's great. Again, almost he's getting back to health, and you know, he's just recovering slowly but surely. So he'll be back in full swing in no time. But in the meantime, he is operating in this behind the scenes, and you know, he and I are talking pretty regularly. So I try to keep you guys informed about where he's at, and he will be streaming periodically. So keep an eye out for that for those of you who want to see him. Yes, Life Size Box. I'm so pumped, man. So for the record, guys, I've actually met Life Size Box in real life one time. He came to LA and just reached out and was like, "Hey, let's link up." So we went and had some dinner, and super cool guy. So anyway, very excited to see you there, my brother. And yeah, so since being a Moon Lounge, I watched Data Dash format pushing through 100K. All right, well, maybe shorter videos is the way to go. And on that note, let's wrap up and do a crypto giveaway, huh? So I said this on the stream yesterday. Anybody who commented on yesterday's video or my last video is eligible to get involved in this giveaway. So let's do that. And let me just get my random number generator. This will be 1 for YouTube, 2 for Twitter, 3 for Facebook. Close my eyes, click it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and 3 wins. So it is the Facebook crowd that will be eligible. Guys, just so you know, I'm not being a douche about it. I looked through all these videos. This one is Snae's, this one is mine, and this was the one that I did 2 weeks ago. So I don't know what happened to the other video, but good news for you, Facebook crowd. This makes your chances to win 50-50. So either Gaurav or Marcus, you are about to win yourself some crypto. And let's see who the winner is. Close my eyes, click it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Survey says number 2. And that is you, Marcus. So you just won yourself some free crypto. I will have one of my team members reach out, and we will get that over to you shortly. Yeah. All right, guys. And just like that, if you want to be eligible for the crypto giveaway on the next stream, make sure to leave me a comment down below. Today, I want to know, what is your favorite coin? That's what I want to know, guys. What is your favorite token? That could be an existing token. That could be something you think, you know, that is not ICO'd yet that you want to look at. What is your favorite token? Post that and your ERC20 address in the comments below, and you will be eligible. Also, to be eligible on Twitter, give me a retweet, and if you are on Facebook, give me a like and a share, and you will be eligible. All right, guys, that is it for me. Appreciate you guys so much. Goofy Duder, I should say I have historically held some QTM. I hold no QTM right now. But anyway, so that's all I've got there. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Again, love you all. Thank you so much for the support. I'm very grateful for the support we get from this community. I'm very grateful that you guys watch this. And you know, do me a favor, tell your friends about us. Send them over here. We'd love to have them. And for anybody who has not done so yet, take advantage of your 14-day trial of the Advantage. Come on over, join us. We'd love to have you as part of the community. Send you out reports regularly. We're often discussing our trades, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, hey, I'll tell you what there, Johnny boy, before I sign off here, the difference between a token and a coin, if you want to know that, that is actually for free on our site under the Get Started section. So go over to Cryptosomniac.com, click Get Started, and it actually tells you, I believe, in the what is Bitcoin or the ERC20 standard report. But anyway, there is actually the difference. But effectively, the short version is it depends on the blockchain. So with that, guys, I am Jason with Cryptosomniac. I love all you guys. Keep your stop losses tight. Looking forward to seeing everybody that will be showing up at the Litecoin Summit. And we will talk to you guys then. Have a good one. I hate it when I do this. Okay, for real this time. See you later, guys. Keep your stop losses tight.